Hi guys, Micah Supreme here, coming at you guys with a reading. I did say I was going to try to put something out every once in a while, and I got the urge to put something out today besides my update. Uh, and so I suggest you guys kind of watch that first, but if before you watch this video. But I don't know if I should say that because who knows what time you guys are watching this. But either way, drop the update. I'm gonna get this reading done. So for this reading, I decided to just to shuffle the cards, let it come out, and see what comes to me. And let me see. The message I got is pretty clear to me, at least, cause I see it, I see it in the cards. So I'm gonna begin. So I started with my Moonbeam Magic cards, and what I pulled here was Intuition, which is the number 18. Uncertainty, which is the number 44. And Om, which was at the bottom deck, and this is number 28. So what this tells me, and I don't know if this is just like a personal reading, spirit just trying to, help me out a little bit, or if everyone else is kind of going through a difficult time as well. But what this is telling me is that whoever is watching this, you are in the middle of a really big transition in your life. Something is you feel is very, very uncertain, but I'm getting a message that if you just decide to take a pause from whatever is going on that's uncertain, okay, now that I'm actually doing this, the energy is coming to me and I'm starting to get it. Okay. If you actually just take a pause and really disconnect from the situation and really tap into your intuition, you'll get a really big understanding of what's going on, and you'll be able to ground yourself, especially with the Om card coming out here. The Om card, the Om frequency, is about grounding and reconnecting to the earth and dispelling negative energies. Om is a very low frequency. Low frequencies are frequencies that's closer to the earth. And AKA means grounding. It's a little bit advanced, but so if you get it, you get it. So what I'm seeing here is your intuition has been guiding you this entire time through this period of uncertainty. But the question is, have you been listening? Have you been putting faith in it? Have you really just been taking the time out to really, really understand and really see what is being given to you? Yeah. Understand what's being given to you. What I'm seeing here with the uncertainty card, though, of that being a 44 or a 4 card, well, it boils down to an 8, but I feel 444 every time when I see this card. I heard 444, and because the card at the bottom deck from my wow, okay, I'm gonna take these two as well, because the card at the bottom deck, I need to bring this out as well. Okay, this reading is starting to take shape right before my very eyes. I thought I had everything out, but Spirit is saying, no, go a little further, take that next step. So we got 4-4 and then another 4 at the bottom, and I've been told to combine them together to make 4-4-4. Because with the uncertainty and then the birth card, out of this period of uncertainty, something really big is forming for your life. Like I said, this is a big transition period. If you feel like your life has just been in chaos and things have just been happening, it's because you're being prepared for a really big transition. I keep seeing all over the place that the chosen ones are getting ready for ascension. Things are happening all around. The energy is getting really intense and yada, yada, yada. Mostly because of all the retrogrades as well. Well, there's some credence to that. That's why this card also wanted to come out too. I need to bring this out as well. Yeah, I'm seeing it. You're in the middle of birthing a brand new life for yourself. There's this period of uncertainty. Like I said, if you really just pay attention to your intuition, as you're going through this, you'll realize that this isn't going to be forever. This is just a temporary thing to transition you into this period of really beautiful energy of fortune, abundance, and of the things that you've always wanted. It doesn't always have to be big money, but it can definitely be a more comfortable life. Yeah, a more comfortable life. Um, I'm seeing here, because the first two cards that I pulled out was romance and manipulation. And I don't know how these two play in. Maybe some of you guys have been having a hard time with love, or like you might have to, like, you're in the middle of a relationship with someone who you're kind of like iffy about. Yeah, or you're in a relationship with someone who you're iffy about. And Spirit is telling you, like, if you're iffy about this person, then there's definitely something going on. Like, if this period of transition for you is like maybe you have a boyfriend that you was with for a very long time, or that you're like maybe your husband, like you've been like fearing, maybe you fear like this person is manipulating you, or like, you know, maybe you feel like they're gaslighting you or something like that. If you feel like something like that has been happening with someone that you're romantically involved with, you need to really trust your intuition on it, because your intuition is right. Your intuition is right, and you really need to trust it. There's some manipulation going on here that you need to be freeing yourself from. For some of you guys, you've already like made this step, and I feel like this might be a little bit of past energy. For some of you guys, like I heard like a small number. Like some of you guys have already like been pushed off the edge, and you're like in the middle of this leap. And for some of you guys, you might be coming into this. If you don't have someone that you're romantically involved with, this could just be about like, you know, projects or something. I'm gonna read the romance card because I keep feeling like this one is about creative projects. Let me see. Vegetable, probably balloon. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. No, the romance card, that's funny. The romance card in this deck, like, yeah, it is about like love and stuff like that, but with it being in Venus and Taurus, it's actually about receiving money, or like having like something, like having things work out in your favor, which is funny because we also have the abundance, the fortune card, and the sitting on top of the world cards out here. Like that's the reason why I've been like asked to pull those out. The romance cards talks about like positivity that's coming into your life. Like if you are going through this period of uncertainty, like I didn't say this, but like at the other end of this, it's like a brand new life. Like abundance is a windfall, and the windfall is like a windfall event. It's like where one thing happens, and then behind that good thing is a whole bunch of other good things that just happen in quick succession. And this really lines up to what I've been hearing about myself and my transition, at least. Because like I said, I've been going through a really rough time for the past couple days, but I took the time out to ground myself with the Om card. I grounded myself, and I connected to my intuition. I got a higher perspective on what's going on. One thing that I am really good with is seeing Father's hand in his work. I'm really good at like catching him in the middle of working. That's something that he talks to me about all the time. I'm really good at catching him in the middle of working. And I see what's going on in my life, like how I'm being like put up like on a spotlight, and everyone has a chance to like see if they're gonna like jump in on this pony. Who's gonna pony up and like help out? Who's gonna put themselves out there? Who's gonna show that they care? Because I'm being like put in a big spotlight, and I could say like this situation is like hella embarrassing that I'm in, but you know, that's only if I let my pride and ego get in the way. But for a lot of you guys, like whatever it is that you're going through, this period of uncertainty, and with the 444, it has a lot to do with your stability, your home, your life. This period of like uncertainty is only temporary. And that's something that I have to say, and I have to really, really emphasize. This period of uncertainty is temporary. Listen to your intuition, because your intuition is trying to really push you on and egg you on and let you know what's on the other side. I keep hearing like a carrot and a stick. Spirit is trying to like lead you through this. Like, okay, I know it's tough, but you gotta make it through. And you lead. I know you do horses, but every time I see a carrot and a stick, I think of donkeys. Like, you know, the beast of burden. Like you're carrying like a heavy load, and in order to keep you going, like God has to like put a carrot in front of you. Like, hey, you want this abundance, right? Well, come on, you gotta work harder. That reminds me of a dream that Father had me go through. And I'll share a little bit about that dream, and I promise this is all connected. Because in the dream that I had, there was this woman that came out, and she was all like dressed nice and stuff like that, and she was coming out of the office after a long day, a long day of taking tests, which is true for my life because I'm consistently being tested by Father. Um, she was coming up from a long day of tests. Then she realized when she got home she had to do even more tests. So she found her boss in the parking lot, and she was just saying like, "Oh my God, like, can I get a break from doing these assessments? Like, I'm kind of tired. I just got done doing this assessment. I gotta go home and do yet another one." And the boss was like, he was just trying to like egg her on, like, "Oh well, if you don't want to do this test, I guess I can give this position to someone else. This is a very lucrative position, and if you're too tired, I can just like give it to someone else who isn't." And then the girl, like, she perked up. She was like, "Wait a minute, no, I don't want that. Like, I can't wait to get a chance to tell Brian and Susie, girl, please." So Brian and Susie are haters. Like, these are the people who really have been doubting you, the people who like always like been talking smack, the people who don't believe in you. Right now you're going through this period of uncertainty, so Father can show you just how strong and how built different you are from everyone else. And like, I keep hearing like you at the finish line, bro. Like, you just right there. Like, you're in the process of claiming your reward, and that's the point of this period of uncertainty, because your reward is supposed to be a surprise. You're not supposed to know what it is. You just have an idea of what it is, but you don't know how it's supposed to come in. And I feel like this also has to do with the manipulation card. Like I said, with the carrot and the stick, I feel like Spirit has been manipulating you, been really just trying to push you and goad you, especially with this being the Jupiter card. Because Jupiter, the card of like abundance, luck, and like wisdom. Spirit has been trying to manipulate you and push you into like this big period of uncertainty, this stormy, choppy waters, to get you to the other side of your abundance. And they've been pushing you through a storm blindfolded. That's why you need to pay attention to your third eye. Because your two eyes, if you pay attention to what's going on in your life, you'll really bring your vibration down. Because right now, in some of you guys' life, I know this is true for me, it's not looking pretty. And if you really like let you see it through the eyes of your ego, see it through the eyes of your physical self, you can really, really bring down your vibration and fall into the energy of grief and despondence here. Like, you can really fall into that kind of energy if you just continue to see things from your two eyes and not really take the time out to see it with like your third eye here with the intuition. So this is like really, really important. If you're going through a tough time right now, you need to look at the bigger picture. You need to really, really take the time to make the effort to connect to your spirit. Watch a whole bunch of pick a card readings. I'm gonna suggest that, because like that's how I get my messages. If I'm not meditating and pulling for myself, I'm watching a bunch of pick a cards and putting the pieces together like a giant puzzle, because that's how Father does me. He leads me around by the nose, manipulates. So I have to really like put together all my signs and synchronicities and find my clues. But for a lot of you guys, like, you really need to make sure that you take the time out to like connect to your intuition. Because if you allow just what you see in your physical realm, what you see around you, to dictate and be your barometer for success and be your barometer for how well your life is going right now, you will really bring yourself down. And I'm going to say that right here, point blank period. You will bring yourself down. So what you should be doing is practicing radical acceptance. Realize that what's happening right now is happening for a reason, and even if you don't really connect to your intuition, you don't know, you just need to trust that something big is happening, that this transition is not for a long time, just it's here for a good time, not a long time, because the good times are coming, and I hear that and I feel that very clearly. So it's time to really ground your energies. If you've really been going through a really rocky period of uncertainty, it's time to ground your energies, connect to your intuition, especially ground your energies is a big thing, because we're going through all these retrogrades. You really need to make sure that you stay 10 toes down and solid during this precarious time. Really make sure that you're really paying attention to your intuition, because there's a lot of grief and there's a lot of sadness going on right now in a lot of people's lives. And if you're just looking through everything with your physical eyes, you can easily easily fall into that energy. Because what I'm getting here is that after this period of like transition, you're gonna like encounter fortune. The fortune card is exactly what it says. It's the sun in Leo, which is Leo in this like house, which is like sun, and it's like proper house and it's proper signs, and it's all about abundance and everything, like abundance and joy, abundance and money as well, and just like really having like really good luck. And what you don't understand right now is that you're actually, even though it may seem like you're going through a bout of bad luck, your fortune is about to shift. It's about to reverse. Yeah, especially when I'm looking at this card at the bottom, the 10 card, which just can't be caught. Like I don't know how this card fits in. I'm not thinking it is, but every time I look at this card, I keep thinking Wheel of Fortune because it's the 10 card. And now here's the Fortune card, and I'm over here talking about it. And I'm a pull tarot cards. If the Wheel of Fortune come out, I'm a scream. But yeah, you guys are going through like being led into like a really fortunate and abundant time in your life. Like, period. Like you're being led somewhere very great. But if you continue to allow to look through everything with like your two eyes and cover your eyes and cry about it, you're really going to bring your vibration down. But it's okay though. Like for some of you guys, if this is like really hard for you, just know that it's okay to be vulnerable. You don't have to be Mr. Tough Guy or Mr. Tough Girl and not cry, not show any emotions and like pretend to be strong. Like it's because you are strong, by the way. But part of being strong is knowing knowing that it's okay to cry. That crying and like really expressing yourself doesn't diminish all the strength that you do have. Like it's okay to let that stuff out because it's not healthy to keep that stuff in. So if you are really having a rough time, if this transition, this period of uncertainty has really been kicking your ass, because it was kicking my ass, then it's okay to cry and to like let your guard down and just say that I'm not okay. Like I'm not okay. But that's all right. Because by really opening yourself up, being vulnerable, and like really accepting this situation and like allowing this grief and this despondence to pass, you'll become a beacon and a shining light for other people. And that's what I'm hearing right now, becoming a beacon of light. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to be like telling you guys like that I've been going through a really rough time, but I'm legit. I'm not saying this for cap. I'm not saying this for nothing. Like, I understand it and I see the bigger picture. I see my father at work. I court him. But really just like coming through with this acceptance is going to allow you to like really spread beautiful energy to other people. Like you're going to start feeling better once you really accept this and ground your energies, and you're going to be able to help other people who's going through a rough time, because pretty soon you're going to be sitting on top of the world. You're going to have everything that you want. It's like I said, with the abundance, the fortune, and even the romance card. Like you're going to have everything you ever wanted. But the thing is though, you gotta go through this last hurdle, this final thing, this last period, because it's meant to like really be a surprise and a reversal of fortune. So at the bottom deck we have the impartiality card next to impatience and perception. And what these three cards together is telling me is that you need to like really ground yourself and get your heart out of it, get your feelings out of it, get your emotions out of it. Cry, let it out, but you need to keep going and you need to keep pushing down this path, because the despondence card talks about being sad but not doing anything to change it. And when Mother Earth, Spirit itself, shows up and like gives you like suggestions, you probably just ignoring it because you're not paying attention to your intuition. And so it has to create an event, because Mother Earth in this card, she created an event, like some kind of catastrophe to get the person up and out. And I feel like that's what's going to happen with some of you guys. Like this catastrophe needs to happen to get you guys out of some stagnant, still energy, and to like really have you guys shift your stuff around, because you're not supposed to be in this sad energy for too long. You're supposed to be a little bit more you need to be a little bit more impartial with what's going on here. Get your emotions out of it. Connect to your intuition and really like process it with spirit, because right now you're in the middle of like manifesting something really, really great for yourself. But you need to realize divine timing is at play here. The things that, and I know people don't want to hear this, but what's happening is happening and unfolding the way that it should. You're on your proper path. You didn't take a wrong turn. You just needed a little push, a little bit of manipulation to get you moving and get you going again, because you was getting too comfortable. You was getting too comfortable. So you needed a little push. So don't worry too much about what's going on. Like I said, don't look with your physical eyes. Pay attention to the promises that you've been given. Pay attention to what your intuition is telling you. And for a lot of us, your intuition is telling you that you're about to come into something big. Like your whole life is about to change. You're right now on a course of like really changing your life around into something that you never even experienced before. And you need to shift your perception. Focus your eyes on something else than what's going on. Focus it on your inner light, like real hermit card energy. Let the light be your guide. Let your heart be your guiding key. It's time to really get your eyes out of the 3D world and like focus more on what's like inside. Be internally led by faith, led by your intuition. Because you have some beautiful things in the works, some beautiful things coming up. And this was actually the breakthrough that I had today when I said that I finally caught Father. I see his hands in the making. At first I was just like lamenting, why me? I was losing faith actually. I was really going through a tough time, but once I really calmed down, I grounded myself with the OM card, and I really just took the time out to really like reassess, to really think about what all my tarot card readings, like the ones that I give here, the ones that I get from pick a card readings, and the ones that I pull for myself, like they were all warning me of this event, like, hey, something bad gotta happen. I was trying to push that message to the side. I wasn't really trying to take that energy, but it's like, hey, something bad's about to happen, but don't worry, like we got you, we protecting you through this, we going to get you through this transition, and so you can live the life that you always wanted. And I can see how all of that is like really being set up, because amidst this period of uncertainty, of me feeling like I'm losing everything, there's still little blessings being handed to me, little crumbs to be like, yeah, oh, here's this being set up for later, and like I see it. I see how it's being moved. And that actually gave me the strength I needed to like really keep going and to not become such a sad sack about this and become so upset. So yeah, you guys, you just need to be strong and realize that what's happening is happening for a reason. I'm going to pull some of these Moonology cards, and then I'm going to get into the tarot cards. Just to get like more additional messages and other energies. I'm kind of done with this first spread here. I touched on everything I needed to touch on, I believe. Yeah. Okay, I'll take these two, and I'll pull a little bit more too. We have a time for healing and balanced spirituality and practicality. And like I said, with a time for healing, you guys are really going through something really, really crazy, and it's because there's parts of your life that needs to be healed, that needs to be addressed, that needs to be changed. But like I said, with balanced spirituality and practicality, right now it's time to lean a little bit more into your spirituality. Like really make sure that you are connecting with like your insight, your insight. Really making sure that you're really paying attention to what's going on inside of yourself and your intuition, because right now that's what's going to be seeing you through. Because if you look at everything like from a practical standpoint, you'll realize that you'll drag yourself down because you see that everything isn't working. But I'm hearing but you shouldn't completely ignore the practical side, because in the practical part of this, you can find little opportunities, little breadcrumbs on what's going on. But it's a tenuous dance. So you got to really make sure that you're balancing it well, which is probably difficult for some people. But if you're a tarot card reader, or you're really good at divination, or you have some way of connecting to the higher source and higher energy, just believe everything that you're hearing when you pull your cards. We have a win-win outcome is forecast. Like I said, there's going to be some beautiful things coming out of this, and step out of your comfort zone. What was I saying about like father saying like you getting too comfortable, like you know, you gotta shake things up, like toss you out into the storm a bit, have an event happen and get you out your comfort zone. And that's exactly what this period of uncertainty is. It's an event to get you out your comfort zone because you was getting too comfortable where you was at. You wasn't supposed to be there for too long, and it's time for you to get pushed into something better. Yeah, pushed into something better. I'm gonna keep that there. And it's time for you to get pushed into something better, and it's gonna be a win-win. Like it's gonna be your victory. It's gonna be a triumph for you. Like I said, it's really going to change your life, or you're going to live your life in a completely different way, or see or have a whole different perception on your life. Yeah. Because this period that you're being transitioned from is ending. Like you completed that cycle. Like it's done for, it served this purpose. Now it's time for you to move on and learn new lessons and to experience new parts of life. I keep hearing like the period of sadness, your period of grief is like coming to an end. Yeah, there go the grief card. Wow. Yeah, your period of grief and sadness and the despondence card. I was just like channeling, okay. Your period of grief and sadness is like really coming to an end, and you're about to start seeing the sunshine. You're about to start seeing the sun and step into a whole new part of your life. And step into a whole new part of your life. I'm over here getting quiet. I told you, the Wheel of Fortune card came out. I'm going to scream, and this is the Wheel of Fortune card. Like I said, with the fortune, the abundance, this can't be card being a number 10. You're being transitioned into a period of abundance. And what's this? The 9 of Cups. Yeah, 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Like this whole transition is just like really just meant to bring you and push you into some brand new energy, like something that you've never seen before. It's meant to surprise you. That's the crazy thing. Like this is meant to be a surprise for you. But a lot of you guys are going through this and you're feeling really frustrated, feel like you're actually going in reverse, and some of you guys really aren't handling this too well. Which is true, because up until today I wasn't handling this well either. But once I grounded my energy, took the time out to meditate and really got my messages and like remembered my previous messages, my warnings and what was about to happen, I was able to see everything from a bigger picture, and I was able to really realize and be like, oh, so that's what's happening. You're pretty sneaky, Father. Because he is. When he's trying to surprise you, he knows how to set up a surprise. I'm going to say that right here, right now. Father can set up a surprise. Because he always puts you in a period of chaos first. Yeah, we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. Like some of you guys are probably really, really resisting this. Some of you guys are really staying in this energy of grief and sadness because you're not seeing it from a different perspective. You're not having that perception shift. You're not leaning on your intuition. You're not really like getting it. And that's okay. Because maybe this reading is the one to help you open your eyes. Because you guys are going to be led somewhere great, but you need to like really keep the faith and not fall into like this sad energy. Because here it is, the 10 of Wands. Like this isn't like easy for you guys, period. Especially with the 6 of Swords in reverse and the 10 of Wands and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Like this is like real tense. Like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to do this energy. Like I had enough. I quit. And that was me. Like I was losing faith, like honestly. Like this transition, this period of uncertainty has been really, really hard for me. Like really, really hard, as I said in my update video. But I broke through it. I understand the energy. I understand what's going on. And now I'm able to like really shine a light on what's going on here with this Rainbow Transference card. Don't worry about what's happening. You just had to get pushed out your comfort zone, and you're being transitioned into somewhere that's like so much better. Like you don't even understand. You got such good things coming in, especially with the Temperance and the 6 of Wands here. Chariot in reverse. Yeah, Chariot in reverse is at the bottom of the deck as well. Like some of you guys are really resisting this transition. Like you don't trust it. You're not trying to be with it. Like no, this is too much uncertainty. This is too much like stuff. Like I said, it's getting kind of old for me. Like I had enough. But no, you got to keep going because your victory is like literally right there, bro. Like the angels are with you. They coming down and they're bringing you victory. Only thing you got to do is just take the last few steps, bro. Like you're like literally at the finish line and they're preparing your prize. Only thing you got to do is not stop yourself with this chariot in reverse. You got to keep going. Oh boy. What's this? Page of Wands. Page of Wands. You gotta be a little bit more like at this guy. Page of Wands is usually about enthusiasm, but this guy here is like really at peace. He's just like doing things that like bring him calm and centeredness. Like if you guys are creatives, and I did say something about like a creative thing. Like if you guys are creative, don't lean on that. Let that be the thing that you go to help like really alleviate like a lot of this like tension and stuff like that, because you really are being brought somewhere that's really going to help you out, because this is the Hierophant card and this is like the Queen of Pentacles. So with the Queen of Pentacles and Hierophant card, like I said before, the Hierophant card usually represents the higher power. Like it's usually the card of like, the great teacher, or like great advice. Really listen to the advice that I'm giving you guys here, because it's for truth. Like you guys are being led somewhere where you can be independent, self-sufficient. Like I said, for a lot of you guys, this is about your stability, your house and your home. You're being led somewhere where you can be a lot more independent and self-sufficient and really have like the thing that you want. Because this cycle is drawing to a close. This cycle of not having, this cycle that, Spirit is like trying to push you out of, that you was getting comfortable in, that's closing, and it's time for a brand new chapter to open up, a chapter of prosperity, of abundance, and of good fortune. I'm going to pull one more tarot card, and we'll see how it goes. I can't believe I pulled the Wheel of Fortune first card. Like I said, if I pulled it, I was going to scream, and lo and behold, I pulled it. I love when stuff like that happens. All right. What do we have here? Okay. We have the Five of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse. Like I said, a lot of you guys, you're not with it. Y'all not with this, like at all. It's causing you to lose your creative spark. That's why you got the Page of Wands here with the Ace of Wands in reverse. It's time for you to like really lean back into that creative spark. Like, don't give up on your hobbies. Don't give up on your projects. Like, find some way to like really do them, because they're the things that's going to bring you peace and bring you clarity and like allow you to de-stress. And with the Five of Cups in reverse, like it's time to like not be sad about this, bro. Like I'm giving you the keys on what's happening here. This is the cheat sheet. You're being led somewhere greater than where you are and where you've ever been. So it's not a time to be sad. It's the time to rejoice, because right at the bottom deck is the High Priestess, your intuition coming through and telling you like, bro, like keep going. You're being led somewhere really, really great, and it's now it's not the time to like really like lose hope and lose faith, because your victory is being prepared. And like I said, Father is just surprising you with it. And like I said, he's really good at giving surprises, but do not give in to despair, because if you give in to despair, you're going to stop making the proper moves. Yeah, if you give into despair, you're going to stop making the proper moves that need to be made in order to like get all the way through. You're just going to give up, turn your back, and like begin walking backwards when you're already at the finish line. And, Father's going to be like, well, hey, I got your trophy here, but you're walking away from me. So no, don't walk away while you're at the finish line, guys. You're being led somewhere really, really great. And if you're going through a tough time, just know that it's super temporary. Super, super temporary. So don't even worry about it. Everything has already been set up. You're about to be handsomely rewarded for everything that you've done, all the spiritual work that you put in. God has not forsaken you, and he never will, because he loves you. So If this reading resonated, please leave a like, leave a comment, and share and subscribe. And thank you guys for watching, and thank you for being with me. Have a great day.